Hi Taurus, welcome to your March 2018 readings. I had to think about that there. I don't know what it is. My mind just goes blank as soon as the camera goes on. I'm like a deer in headlights here. Um, so we got different scenery happening here for those of you that have been with my channel for a while. I'm on the road, heading up to the mountains, going skiing, and actually trying bobsledding. Seems like a good idea. I'm pretty sure I'm going to regret it when I get there. I am Canadian. Canadians do not live in igloos. I know there's a misconception about that, but we don't live in igloos. Inuit people do. I'm sure there's Inuit people in Alaska. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that. This is a country that, yes, it does snow. I live in BC, however, which is the warmest part of Canada. So you got to go to the mountains to get snow. Actually, it is snowing in the city right now. It doesn't normally snow for us. I think this is the second time in 10 years since I've lived out in BC. But we are heading to the mountains this weekend. And the road got closed, so we had to find a hotel for the night. The road opens up in the morning. If you hear noise, it might be the people upstairs in the hotel room, just a FYI. Yeah, I don't know. I've had a few people bring up with Canadians how it's always snowing. I mean, BC is kind of like California if you're Americans. I do come from Toronto. That's where I was born and raised. And that, I guess, would be like New York. It is cold in Toronto. BC, generally speaking, it is warmer. That's why we moved here. I like the sun. I also like the outdoors. It's a beautiful province. So these readings are going to be done a little bit differently. It's just I'm on the road and it's the cards that I have with me. These are the cards that I like myself. Some of them are newer. I've been playing around with them. That's why I brought them on the road with me. And then others I use personally. So the first deck we're going to use, it's called the I Am deck. If you can see it. They're really pretty colors. I like bright colors. I wear a lot of black, but I do like color. For those of you that might be interested, I'll show you the box. It's an affirmation deck. So we're going to find out what you need to know, show, and grow. This is a personal spread that I enjoy doing for myself. I find with a lot of readings, people are focused on situations they can't change, or people are given advice for situations that people need to move past. I'm a healer. I deal with energies, and part of healing is forward movement and dealing with issues that have occurred from the past, but not dealing with them by bringing you back there. It's pushing you forward, giving you the tools to heal yourself. Healers are supposed to give you tools for armor. It's just the way I perceive things. I don't want people living in the past. That's not going to accomplish anything. And you don't need to know how you feel. You, as an individual, know how you feel. So the second deck I'm using, I actually don't have the name of the artist. He is from Texas, though. I do enjoy this deck as well. The third deck, it is going to be one of my usuals. I don't have the box for that one either. It's called Revelation Tarot, I'm pretty sure. I find that tarot deck, for me personally, it's very spiritual. I'm not sure why. It's just a deck that I have an attachment to. And then I have a few other cards here. We're going to try to find out your, hopefully I say this right, chakra that you need to focus on in order to progress and move forward. And then I have these little cards. These are actually new. She's a really great artist, I personally think. Her name's Mary. This is her little wisdom deck. It's a really tiny deck. It's quite cute. And then for you Tauruses, your reading seems to be focused on health. So I'm going to pull a natural healing card, and we'll see what comes up and what the universe spirits want you to focus on. So long spiel there, but let's get into it. So your first card you got is I Am Peace. Your second card you got is I am healthy. Your third card you got is I am present. So these are things you may want to say to yourself in the morning when you get up. But what you need to know, the cards are saying is peace comes from within. It is not going to come from your surroundings. And you are peace yourself. So the cards you have that go with it are, you got a very spiritual reading, which doesn't surprise me, you guys. You got spiritual guidance, teamwork needed, and conforming to the rules. Okay. And then you have temperance underneath it. You got a lot of fire energy here. Mars, I believe, is in Sagittarius. It could be firing things up, really. Here's the thing. I'm getting a message coming through that for some of you guys, and it is coming through as masculine energy, are becoming a father. And you may have some concern about this. I'm not sure why. It may be coming through as if you're going to be a good father. And you are going to be a good father. You have no need to worry about that. But it may stem from an interpersonal relationship that you have with your father, and you're fearing that that's going to happen with your child. But I also feel like you got a lot of excitement here, and you're on a new journey. You have the it kind of looks like the Hierophant card to me, if you see there. And then you have this card here. It says adaptability, overcoming obstacles. And then you have two fire cards underneath that, with the Knight of Wands and the Three of Wands. Okay, so what I'm getting on is this month you really need to focus on your peace of mind, and understanding that the only way that you're going to gather that or gain that is through the self. Nobody's going to give that to you, okay? You may be looking for answers outside when your answers are going to stem from within. It's what the cards are saying. And again, for some of you guys, you may be focused on the past. And then for others of you, you're the opposite. You're future forward, but you may be too far future forward. You got a plan or a big idea or something that you're trying to create. And this is the Knight of Wands. That you do have Sag energy here, okay? And with Sagittarius, I'm getting the bigger picture, is what's coming through. And with the bigger picture and the Sag energy is they can miss the finer details. And sometimes it is the younger energy of a Sag. It's not a king or queen. So it's the experience stage of taking chances and risks. But when they're in that stage, it's through trial and error. They have to experience situations that they gain their knowledge and wisdom. They also learn what to do and what not to do. So there's a warning here of having, like, with Sagittarius, is they can get carried away with their goals, too future oriented, that sometimes that they can miss the here and now. It's right in front of them. And the cards are kind of saying that you need to focus on the present, 24 hours. I think we've gone over this before, Taurus. I'm pretty sure in Taurus's reading I did get 24 hours. You need to stay present, focus on the here and the now. Because you could get overwhelmed if you go too far forward. What you need to focus on is, like, with the 24 hours, is doing one thing that can get you one step closer. Because when you're, like for some of you, I'm seeing like this too far forward, and it overwhelming you. I'm also getting a message here of a family that is two. So maybe like it's you could just be a boyfriend and girlfriend. You could be married. Is going to become three, and it could even be in Sagittarius season. Somebody might get pregnant. You do have strong Sagittarius here, and you also do have like a um, Taurus energy here, which is yours. So it could be Taurus season. This could be saying that's when it's going to happen, or when maybe a child's born. Um, for others of you, you may be seeking some sort of spiritual enlightenment. You got to be patient with that. There's also a sense here of Taurus. It's saying to be open to other people's perspectives or their input. Not to, you don't have to take it in. It's saying you don't have to like. It's not the word of God. You know what I mean? It's not the end all be all, but it is saying that you could have some people around you. They would be elderly people. You could take their what they're saying to you either in the wrong manner, or you could just like shrug it off your shoulder as if it's nothing. But these people do have knowledge and wisdom that you can gain from. Or if you're asking questions or of some sort, this person may have, I don't want to say an ounce of truth, but like they have valuable information or insight somehow. Others of you, you need to, this could be talking about your father, if your father's passed away. He is with you spiritually. The Three of Wands in this deck is my spiritual spirits, spirit card, we'll say. It's when like the spirits, I always see this card as like, if you look at it, it's like spirit going, psst, psst, come here, I got something to tell you. Or it's spirit giving you a talking to, because for some of you, it's either going to go with the Hierophant. This is uh, like authority, right? So it could be like spirit giving you a heads up, like if you're too hard-headed or stubborn about the way things have to be or have to go, this could be putting too much pressure on yourself. You have to get this done by a specific time. Again, it's going back to you're going too far forward. You got to be patient and kind with yourself. Things may take a little longer than expected. You don't want to rush things. This is a fast-moving energy. Okay. For others of you, the I am present, the adaptability in overcoming obstacles with the Knight of Wands. Okay, it is saying you got to deal with things in the moment as it's happening. Sagittarians are very adaptable. They don't let things block their path, and they're also very free-spirited. So it's like talking about having fun. So this could be like for you gentlemen out there going out. Like if you're at home and you're bored on a Saturday and you feel like doing something, calling your friends up. If you're a guy going paintballing or go-karting, if you're girls calling your girlfriends up, going out for a dance night or just to eat something at a restaurant or buy something off of Groupon, like they got high tea and stuff like that, go do something strange and unusual out of the norm that you've never thought about trying but wanted to. It's like being adventurous, but also like if you look at this card, it's like a race, right? They're all running for a race, but they're jumping over a hurdle. Okay, so they're taking a leap of faith, all right? And with Sag, they go on their own instincts, but it's an adventure too, right? Like they don't take things too literally. If things don't work out, they don't work out, and they forgive and they move on and they move forward. Your cards are forward movement, okay? And it's taking the initiative from self. It's not going to happen from anybody else. Like, you can't be looking outside for initiative or for approval. It's going to be you yourself that's the authority figure and decides in which direction you're going to head. So if you're stuck, okay, well then you need to take authority, okay, and boss up. I'm gonna get real here, Taurus. Okay, you're gonna have to boss up, and you're gonna have to make things happen. Okay, this is talking about not pointing the finger at all at this and that, or excuses of why you can't, why you shouldn't. Okay, because the cards are saying you should. For some of you, you need to. Your health, you need to take good care of yourself. Okay, because if some of you, I'm feeling like if you're stressed, you could be overeating. Okay, others of you, if you're stressed, I'm feeling like it's affecting your sleep pattern, and you're going to be dropping weight if you're not sleeping well. It will affect your weight. You do have very spiritual energy coming through here, though, where you're guided and you're protected. You have nothing to worry about, really. As far as your chakras, I'm not saying that right. The one you need to focus on, we got green here. This is the picture that you got. The mountains. So again, we have an adventure here, taking a leap of faith. Getting out in nature is really going to do you good, but I'm getting this like having fun. You know what I mean? Like, those of you that maybe, like skiing, go skiing. You know what I mean? If that's what you like. Because some of you, I'm seeing like a spa. If you need a spa day, you may need a massage. And those of you who are like, oh, it costs too much money, because I'm seeing the green coming up as finances. Then, with the authority figure here, all right, in order to make things happen, you've got to be practical and grounded, but you also have to be, what's the word I'm looking for? Resourceful. Okay, so if you go on Groupon, you can find massages that are like 25 bucks, 50 bucks, you know what I mean? Save 75% off. You can still get what you want done on a little budget, you know what I mean? You just got to be resourceful about things. You got to take action though, okay? Because the obstacles that you think that are there blocking you, they're not, okay? It's you, yourself, okay? It's like this card here. You have to take that leap, okay? And if you have competitors in some sense here, you got nothing to worry about. Just do you, Taurus, right? You're fabulous. I love Taurus energy. I actually find you guys to be stranger than, I know they say Aquarius is pretty strange. Sagittarius can be strange. Pisces, all right? We all know Pisces is a little out there. Virgos try their best to like be perfectionists, but they're quite strange themselves. I do find Tauruses, you guys to be quite unique though. You're very energetic. I know that everybody says you're slow moving, but I do know quite a few Tauruses, and they're very energetic. They're fast talkers, fast thinkers, and funny as hell. But strange. They are strange. Where I love it. I got a strong Aquarius in me, so I'm like, like I love that kind of thing. And they always got really. I find the men they tend to have really cool shirts on. But your chakra that you need to focus on is the heart connection. And it is connection, and it's connection with others. And if you have a connection that you, it could be your father. You lost a connection with your father, and that's caused you to close your heart off. For some of you, it could be, okay, it's either your first love that you had. That's where the issue started. For some of you, it did start with your father. For some of you, it's a father that passed away. And if either one of, like, if it's your father that passed away, they're with you spiritually and they are protecting you. Okay, you do have to heal and overcome, though. Okay, And then these cards have messages on the back. So the message on the back says, has someone you love broken your trust? There we go. Vowing to never love again protects your heart, but leaves it weak. Trust is a risk. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, because you have Sag here, and Sag is a risk taker, not an idiot in an idiot way. Sometimes they can be. I'll be honest, people. I'm going bobsledding when I'm at the mountains. That's taking a risk, and like, seems like a good idea, but I can highly guarantee you when I get there, I'm going to regret it. Like, I'm going to feel like, I shouldn't have done this, but I'm pretty sure by the time I get to the bottom of the hill, I'm going to love it. And you do have this taking the leap, right? An obstacle there, jumping over it. So it's taking a risk to jump over. If taken, your life will take on a new meaning and depth. The past will not repeat itself if you are willing to honestly face your patterns. It's interesting. You don't have Virgo here. To trust another, you must first trust yourself. Will you ever know what is possible if you don't risk who you believe you are for who you might become? Swimming in a sea of infinite possibilities, trust yourself. You're worth the risk. You're worth the risk. So it seems, you guys, you really, for some of you, it's outside influences, okay, but it could be conditioning, because you have the father figure here. It doesn't have to be a father figure. This just means, like, with authority, it's people that have had power over you in some sense, or a strong influence over you. Okay, so it could be really good close friends of yours, a brother or a sister. Doesn't have to be masculine. Okay, girls have masculine energy in them, just men have feminine energy in them. All right, people don't want to admit that, but it's ideal that we learn how to use both of them in order to be in harmony. Okay, and that's peace. It's the yin and the yang. All right, the good and the bad. We all have good in us and we all have bad in us. All right, so what they want you to know is you yourself are peace. Okay, again, nobody's going to create that but you. And how are you going to create that? By taking risks and trying things. It doesn't mean that, like, it's going to work out. Like, I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm not going to sell you, rainbows and butterflies. Sometimes in life things don't work out, and that's just the way it's supposed to be. But you did learn valuable lessons through those things that don't work out. They do have a purpose in your life, and usually it comes in handy in the future. All right, you're going to learn how to compare situations to that exact same situation to prevent you from it, or to become stronger and wiser from it. And then for some of you, you're having a hard time, like, well, you guys are unique. I am getting like, I do find you strange, but you may be, like, on your own path, and all the more power to you, but you do need to include others in that with you. So it means, you're not an island, Taurus, okay? Like, you need people to help you out in some manner. Like, you need either information, maybe going to the, like, for some of you, it's like finances, so going to the bank and getting more information about cutting things down, or a savings account, or talking to the accountant. For others of you, maybe you want to start a business with your father. If you pray to your father, he will hear you and give you answers. I'm hearing that for somebody. And then for others of you, if you have a father that has had specific health issues, you want to be on top of that, okay? Because it could be hereditary, And there is getting active here, right? Because it's the winter months in some countries. So, you could be stuck indoors and stuff like that. Running, for some of you Tauruses, running is going to do you a lot of good. I'm also seeing just walking, okay? like walking after dinner, and that's good to do with the family. And then the card we got from the Little Wisdom deck, that's a picture of a rooster. And actually, roosters are really good luck in a lot of cultures. I'm Portuguese. Roosters have a very big significance to the Portuguese culture. The abbreviation of one of the stories, I mean, the thing with stories is everybody's got a different version. But one of the versions in the Portuguese culture is the basis of the story is a man was wrongly accused. A rooster was brought to the table to eat, and the man told he was about to be hung to death. And the man told everybody, to prove my innocence, the chicken will resurrect. So it will come back to life and it will coo. We'll say coo, when it makes its rooster sound. I'm not going to do noises because I'm not very good with impressions. But when he was about to be hung, the rooster actually did come back to life on the table, and it cawed or cooed or however you want to say it. I'm not saying that right, but it made the cock-a-doodle-doo sound. And it proved his innocence. So if you were wrongly accused in a situation, things will go in your favor. It's just going to happen in the future, and you don't need to concern yourself with it. You just need to take the steps and stay motivated in moving forward and improving yourself. And just know, for some of you guys, I do feel like you may have some haters, and that's because they are not on your level, so they're going to try to bring you down, all right? But at the same time, the cards are saying at no point can you think that you're above others, all right? Because there needs to be teamwork here. Everybody's got something to give. It's what it's saying. And you are well protected, so any haters that come your way will be removed. The back of the card from the Little Wisdom deck, I love her paintings, by the way. She's a fabulous artist. It says, creativity. Although the animals of the town were considered too old to be useful, they used their creativity and their voices to find a new home, a new job, find food, and new friends. All may seem lost, but it is merely the end of a season. Time to find your voice and speak your truth. Now is the time to explore fresh new pursuits that express your authentic self more fully. Have fun doing it. That's interesting. So for some of you that do have a father that's still around, okay, it is talking about bonding with them and taking them out. And I don't mean like taking them out like to a restaurant, but it's, how can I say this? At some point throughout life, the roles reverse in life. So there were times when you were a child and your parents took you out on excursions, adventures. You told them you wanted to do dancing lessons, or you told them that you wanted to go learn skiing, for instance, and they taught you that. They took you to go do that. They sacrificed their money and their time, and they did it with you. Some of you wanted to go on a roller coaster for the first time, or an amusement park, and your mom or your dad went on that ride with you, so you wouldn't be scared to. Okay, so the cards are basically saying now that the roles are reversed. Okay, so this is like paying attention to your parents and holding their hand in their process, showing them that they're not, it's not the end all be all right now for them. Because they could be in a very lonely place right now, thinking that because they're a certain age, that, what is there left to do? Okay, and everybody still has dreams and ambitions left in them. Okay, there could be something that one of your parents wanted to do, and they think that they can't do it. So I'm trying to find an example of this. Okay, for instance, um, I booked this vacation for my family because my family's gone through some tough times lately, and everybody just needed to have some fun and a little vacation. And for my father, he always wanted to jump out of a helicopter and do heliskiing, but he told me that, you know, he's 62 years old. He's too old to do that. So because I'm a Sag and I'm spontaneous, I was like, all right, okay, maybe we can't jump out of a helicopter because I ain't doing that. At least not this year. Who knows? It could change. Bring a Scorpio along, and Scorpios and Sagittarius will do some pretty stupid stuff. But I thought to myself, okay, we can still go on a helicopter and go view some glaciers. I can make his dream come half true, right? I mean, that's the least I can do for my parents after everything they've done for me, and they've had a rough time and they deserve a little, you know, they're not comfortable with taking because I am their child. So for some of you guys in that scenario, you may have to be a little tricky about how you, not tricky in a bad way, like lie, okay, but you might have to leave some information out. Sages are highly skilled at this. So he doesn't know we're going on a helicopter, but he does know that we're doing something. He just doesn't know what it is. I just told him we have something booked and we had to be there at a specific time. That's the day we're leaving, so thought it would be a good way to end the trip for me and him. But it's something like that, okay? And also, I got it on Groupon. Cheaper, right? I'm pretty cheap. I'm Portuguese. We're really cheap. I mean, there's creative ways of handling things. Okay, for some of you guys, maybe your dad or wanted an old car. Okay, well, get creative with that, and you can buy a really old car that you can build together. Okay, then you have memories, experience. This is what's most valuable for you. Okay, peace of mind isn't going to come because you can just buy something that's like a fancy watch. Okay, that doesn't really do anything. All right, it's a loss of time, is what it is, and money. Because to make money, that costs you time, right? If you're going to use your time, you want experiences because those are the things that are going to stay with you when people are gone, right? And you're here to live. And then I got this little card here. It says dream on it. So pay attention to your dreams. Your intuition is going to be very high. Uh, what you're guided towards, I'd move forward with that. You're very creative. Enjoy the creative process. It's definitely coming through here. Write your ideas down, and go to people that have the information you need. Go speak to a lawyer. Okay, go to a college or a university and talk to the students in the area that you need the information. They can give you multiple perspectives. You have teamwork here is needed and conforming to the rules. Okay? And students know the rules, generally speaking. They could be quite valuable for you, whether that's law you're interested in, accounting, even aesthetics, okay, hair salons and stuff like that. If you're on a budget and you want a new hairstyle, you can go to the colleges and universities. They do it pretty cheap there. All right, there's creative solutions on how you can do things here. All right, and for some of you that want to start a business, okay, or get funding for something, you can get that in the government, through the government, whether you want to become a mechanic or do something in the trades. I'm seeing trades here. Or you want to go back to school, you might be able to get a scholarship or something if you just update your grades and you get them to par. All right, but there's effort that needs to be put into it, and that's only going to be done through you, it's saying. All right, you guys, hopefully that helped you out. Namaste, and I will talk to you next month. Ciao for now.